Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for November 13, 2025. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, we've been following the developing situation in Ukraine, where a corruption scandal has rocked President Zelensky's administration. The international community is urging swift action to address the issue and prevent similar incidents in the future. In other news, concerns about anti-Semitism have resurfaced, with calls for greater action against hate speech. We've also seen significant developments in Australia's bilateral relationships, including a new treaty with Indonesia. However, questions remain about the lack of a treaty with the First Nations people of Australia, prompting discussions about colonial legacies and reconciliation. The environment has also been in focus, with the devastating impact of fast fashion on the Solomon Islands and growing calls for legislation to phase out fossil fuel-based fibers and toxic chemicals in clothing production. Additionally, a unique academy in Sydney is teaching children innovative speed math techniques, sparking interest among parents and educators. Lastly, we've been covering the dire situation in Sudan, where a genocide is unfolding with external support. The international community has been criticized for its slow response, and there are calls for decisive action to hold those responsible accountable. We spoke to Sudanese-American journalist Suha Musa, who emphasized the need for the U.S. to pressure the UAE into withdrawing its support for the Rapid Support Forces militia. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, in international diplomacy, Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's efforts at summit diplomacy with major world leaders have been well received by the public, with 70% of respondents rating her efforts positively. This comes as Japan navigates its position on the global stage amidst rising tensions. Secondly, we reported on a developing story in Southeast Asia, where a fragile peace deal between Cambodia and Thailand appears to be unraveling. Fresh fighting has broken out at the contested border, resulting in casualties, with both sides trading accusations and blame. We urge all parties involved to exercise restraint and work towards a peaceful resolution. Lastly, we touched upon the complexities of international relations and leadership, highlighting the impact of diplomatic efforts on global outcomes and the daily lives of individuals across borders. These stories underscore the delicate balance of international diplomacy and the importance of leadership in shaping national destinies and global outcomes. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at Palantir Technologies, a company leading the charge in AI innovation. Despite its impressive growth and record-breaking contract values, the stock price fell after the recent earnings report due to concerns about valuation and potential limited upside. However, with the increasing demand for AI solutions across various industries, Palantir remains an attractive investment opportunity. Secondly, we discussed the Japanese yen's decline and its potential implications for intervention from Tokyo. The yen has been under pressure due to factors such as the stabilization of the US dollar and expectations of a fiscal stimulus package in Japan. While experts don't expect imminent intervention, a quick dollar burst above 150 yen or significant speculative positioning against the yen could change this calculus. Lastly, we touched on the growing intersection of traditional finance and digital currencies, highlighted by Circle's partnership with Stripe to facilitate faster and more efficient transactions. This move has the potential to pave the way for further innovation in the financial sector. As we continue to monitor these developments, it's essential to consider the broader implications of currency fluctuations, financial innovations, and economic policies on global markets. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the vast expanse of the southern hemisphere's night sky, where the constellation Tucana, the toucan, has caught our attention. This stunning region is home to breathtaking astronomical wonders, including the Small Magellanic Cloud and the magnificent 47 Tucanae globular cluster. With advanced telescopes like VISTA, we're gaining a deeper understanding of these celestial marvels. Next, we delved into the remarkable story of the James Webb Space Telescope, which has been revolutionizing astronomy since its launch in December 2021. As it enters its fourth observation cycle, researchers are eagerly submitting proposals to utilize this incredible instrument. With over 1,200 submissions for Cycle 5, the competition is fierce, but the selected projects promise to advance our knowledge of the universe in unprecedented ways. Lastly, we touched on a fascinating discovery related to a powerful astronomical event, the observation of a record-breaking black hole merger. Although not explicitly mentioned in our previous articles, this phenomenon has been making headlines in the scientific community, and we're excited to explore it further in future episodes. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've had a fascinating few days, with stories that highlight the strategic brilliance and competitive spirit of teams and coaches across the NFL. Firstly, we looked at the Philadelphia Eagles' savvy move to acquire edge rusher Jalen Phillips from the Miami Dolphins. Phillips has already made a significant impact, showcasing his skills with an impressive debut that included 6 tackles, a fumble recovery, and a crucial 4th-and-1 stop for loss in a one-score game. This acquisition underscores the Eagles' commitment to building a championship-level team under the guidance of coach Nick Sirianni and defensive mastermind Vic Fangio. In another segment, we delved into the strategic mindsets of Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell and Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio ahead of their upcoming encounter. Coach Campbell expressed admiration for Coach Fangio's defensive genius and defended the Eagles' controversial tush-push play, advocating for leaving the game intact and allowing teams to find ways to counter successful strategies. The question now is whether the Lions might employ their own version of the tush-push against the Eagles, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this critical matchup. These stories are not just about football tactics and strategies. They represent the enduring spirit of competition and innovation that defines the sport. As we look forward to the rest of the season and into 2026, teams like the Philadelphia Eagles are positioning themselves for long-term success with strategic moves and a commitment to excellence. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. We've been exploring the lives and legacies of remarkable individuals who have left an indelible mark on our world. From the poignant story of Amy Levy, a 19th-century poet and novelist who broke ground with her writings on feminism, LGBTQ+ literature, and Jewish identity, to the struggles she faced as a woman in a male-dominated world. We also reflected on the impact of her work, which continues to inspire and educate us today, offering a window into the past and a glimpse into the experiences of women who came before us. The acquisition of Amy Levy's archive is a significant moment in literary history, providing a unique opportunity to explore her writings and learn from her experiences. In addition, we bid farewell to a beloved institution in our community, as we reported on the closure of a local establishment that had been a staple for many years. We also touched on the story of a lesser-known figure who made significant contributions to their field, leaving behind a lasting legacy that continues to shape our world today. These stories remind us of the power of human experience and the importance of preserving our literary heritage. They inspire us to make our voices heard and to continue shaping the world around us. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we took a closer look at Ellie Goulding's empowering new single, Destiny. Can we talk? This song is not just a catchy tune, it's a reflection of Ellie's personal journey towards self-discovery and empowerment. We can't wait to get our hands on her upcoming album, which promises to be a deeply personal and introspective record. Next, we celebrated the ultimate fusion of fashion and music with the Alice Olivia X Grateful Dead collection. Oh, grow up! This 60-piece capsule is all about embracing your inner free spirit, with prices ranging from $200 to $1,000. Trust me when I say it's worth every penny. Each piece is a wearable work of art that's sure to make you feel like a rock star. And finally, we took a trip down memory lane with our special report on the world of entertainment and culture. From A-list gatherings to the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. Stay fabulous, keep on dancing, and remember, if you want to make a good first impression, start with a good last impression. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Atanacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on the devastating impact of a proposed planning bill in the UK, which could potentially harm British wildlife and their habitats. Housing Secretary Steve Reed has urged Labour MPs to vote down an amendment aimed at protecting these species and ecosystems from destruction. The amendment seeks to restrict the most contentious aspect of the draft bill, excluding protected animals and rare habitats from new rules that allow developers to bypass environmental laws. In another story, we celebrated a major milestone in environmental journalism as Mongabay marked its 25th anniversary. Founded by Rhett Butler in 1997, Mongabay has established itself as a trusted source of news and information on conservation and the environment. In an exclusive interview, Butler emphasized the importance of credible information in driving positive change and expressed optimism about the power of journalism to shape our understanding of the world. Lastly, we brought you a special report on the alarming decline of wildlife populations due to human activities. We highlighted the story of the tragic impact of environmental destruction on species such as dormice, badgers, hedgehogs, otters, and nightingales, as well as rare habitats like wetlands and ancient woodlands. These stories underscore the urgent need for responsible environmental stewardship and the importance of informed decision-making in protecting our planet's precious biodiversity. We'll continue to follow these developments and bring you updates as more information becomes available. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atanacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.